All right, boys, welcome in. We are live. Sunday Sackler here. We got Coop here. Today's the NASCAR championship race as well. And away we go. What's going on, boys?
What's happening?
That's a very uninspiring response to my opening. I don't like the energy that we have going on here already.
Yeah, I mean, at least I responded.
Yeah, at least you respond. I don't know. Tyler's rolling an L. I don't know where Coop is.
I'm right
He's
here.
Not even there.
I was letting JJ get his out first. You know I always go last.
I mean, welcome into the program, boys. Let's go. All right, welcome into the boys in the chat. We're public now. Afternoon slate. Didn't go great for me. Lost on Cincinnati live money line. And did we end up getting the Dak Prescott home, Jay?
No,
or
we got
did
to
we?
like 2:30.
No, I got to 2:30.
What a mutt. Yeah, so we dropped that too. But we got a couple plays home on the spreadsheet from Tyler and JJ early. We got this NASCAR race going on, and that's where we'll start. Right now, no score in the Chargers-Eagles game. Philly came up with a big stop early. Green Bay, Packers, Kansas City Chiefs just underway. Cardinals, Niners just underway. And we're in overtime right now for the Baltimore Ravens. And where are they? 2nd and 7 on the Minnesota 36. So, I mean, they got the tuck. You would think the tuck's going to come through here.
Yeah, I think I could screw them right here with a holding penalty. They just back themselves up.
Oh, what the fuck was that from Jordan Love? Jesus. Tell you what, if that's what you're going to get from him for 4 quarters, I mean, I feel pretty good about the Chiefs.
Yeah.
Was that tipped? I mean, I don't even know. Oh, it was tipped. He was lucky he didn't fumble that. It looked like he lost control of it, regained it, and was able to get rid of it. Yikes, that was pretty rough. Am I crazy for thinking Jalen Hurts is one of the most inaccurate throwers of the football out of all starting quarterbacks?
I think he's terrible.
Currently in the league? No, you're not crazy for thinking that. No.
I watched this dude miss so many wide open throws.
No, I don't think you're crazy for thinking that at all.
I think he's a good fantasy quarterback. I think he's got good rush upside. I think he's good for like season longs and people who draft quarterbacks, but like in terms of like actually throwing a football, I think he's absolutely horrendous.
I feel like I haven't won a bet since Bill de Blasio was the mayor of New York.
Oh, geez, come on. What was that, like 2 weeks ago?
Yeah, it's been bad, bro. Come on, Kyle Larson, one time for the boys.
Is that Le'Veon Bell?
Yep.
He looks so little.
I think it also looks weird because he's wearing number 17. Looks like a receiver's running the ball.
I guess that adds to it as well. He just looks so tiny.
Yeah, he looks way smaller than he did in Pittsburgh.
All Baltimore has to do is not fuck this up to win the game.
Well, they're on the 19 now. I think they're just going to center them and kick them.
Yeah, I mean, what are we doing? Just center it and kick it.
Shit, that's a quick 3-and-out for the Chiefs, unless they go for this, which they might. 4th and 1, 45-yard line. I guess the Chiefs could go for this in theory. Booker for the Giants really landed on 99 yards, Coop. You really hate to see it.
That's horrible.
Was pretty loaded up on Booker. I would have appreciated those extra 3 points.
3 points.
I think he must have got hurt because they pulled him for Penny late in the game.
I'll look on Twitter and see.
Back-to-back drives.
Because he catches the ball out of the backfield. Because it would have made no sense to replace him for, that reason.
Yeah, you got a hip injury, JJ. At some point during that game, I just looked on Twitter.
Right at 99 yards. It's pretty nuts. And I still can't believe how many points there were, and obviously even going to overtime to make it even more egregious. And, like, you literally, if you stacked this Vikings-Ravens game, which was, which was by far the biggest scoring game of the earlies, you're drawing dead because everybody except for Lamar Jackson was average at best.
Ryan in the chat, I would not put him on Larson to win the race.
Minnesota losing another close game that they led by double digits. I don't know how many times this has happened under Mike Zimmer.
A bunch.
It's happened a lot.
This has got to be his last year, right?
You know what it is? It's like, it's tough for me. And again, I'm not like a true fanatic, but obviously I do root for them week in and week out. And I'm more concerned with who they replaced him with because I think Zimmer's good enough to keep this team relevant every year. He's not like elite where they're going to win the Super Bowl, but at least every year they're relevant because Kirk Cousins is near the end too. So my concern is if you get rid of Zimmer, and then Kirk Cousins is near the end of his career as well. Does Minnesota all of a sudden become completely irrelevant?
Yeah, that is true. They might just take that giant step back. Kirk learning the whole new system and everything.
Kudos to anybody that took the Minnesota +6, though, because that was one of the biggest public sides of the week.
On the opposite side, though, right, Shade? Baltimore?
Well, yeah, no, that's what I mean, yeah. Baltimore was one of the biggest public sides of the week. And full transparency, I thought that they were going to smash the Minnesota Vikings. So
I think though, anytime you see Minnesota in that 1:00 slot, though, Kirk Cousins is just tough to bet against. Especially you're going to give him 6 or 7. I saw the line late with 7. I get it though. Ravens off a bye, it made sense. Minnesota's reeling off a bad loss, but I just flat out can't bet against Kirk Cousins at 1:00. So I did with UJ. I did prefer the Ravens side overall, but at the same time, I know Minnesota's offense comes to play in that time slot. So.
Why do you think that is? Isn't that like really weird?
Yeah, his against the spread numbers at 1:00 Eastern is phenomenal in his career.
As opposed to like a primetime game. Why do you think that is? That doesn't even make sense.
I don't know. And the sample size is too big to ignore. He's like, I think Kirk Cousins, like if you pull back all his numbers, even going back to the Washington days, he hits like 68% of his bets in that slot. Dog favorite, it doesn't matter.
That's unbelievable.
He likes being in one of them games that's just forgotten on the slate that no one really pays attention to. He can't be that standalone game. It just gets in his head.
I think people talked about it a few years ago where like it's just a creature of habit and it's routine in terms of, for whatever reason, maybe his preparation on Sunday mornings is just a different and any other time slot it kind of puts him against his normal routines that make him as good as he is. Because Kirk Cousins isn't a bad quarterback. He gets a bad rap because he doesn't win anything, but he's a quarterback that will keep Minnesota afloat. He's just like so unclutch and prime time is an issue. And but it's like I said, I thought about this. I think the time to get rid of Kirk Cousins was actually a year ago because then you start rebuilding. They had a semi-down year. Now it's tough because there's not good quarterbacks in this draft. Zimmer's on the hot seat as well. This team's gonna become borderline Lions-esque. Thielen had his prime already. Jefferson's great, but he's not going to want to stay here. We keep losing, or the Vikings keep losing. Just an interesting scenario. And the Packers are going to continue to be good. I guess that whole division could implode, right? Rodgers is probably going to retire soon. I guess that whole division could legitimately implode. The Bears are terrible.
Yeah, I'm about to say, we don't even got to touch on the other two teams. They're just terrible.
The Lions aren't going to be good for like a decade.
Where do you think that Rodgers goes at the end of the year? Because clearly it's not going to be Green Bay.
I don't think it's crazy to think he retires either.
You think?
Mm-hmm. What is he, like 37, 38?
Yeah, I don't think it's crazy.
Yeah.
I think he goes to Denver.
Punch this in, Chiefs.
Please punch this in, Chiefs. Chargers up 7-0, huh, Jay? The week that we don't back them, watch them roll the fucking Eagles. I just can't get the Chargers right.
Yeah, they are first and goal Chiefs. You love to see it. They are a tough team to figure out because on certain days, this team looks like they're destined for the Super Bowl.
Right.
And on certain days, they look like they're not even going to be a playoff team. So, it is tough. But they obviously live and die through Herbert, and it just seems like he was dealing with the yips for a few weeks in a row now.
Yeah, he has looked bad the last couple of weeks. I mean, against Baltimore, he looked terrible. Against the Patriots, he looked terrible.
I think it's good. I think we need what ideally in a perfect scenario, somehow the Chiefs can go up like 2 scores and then like let Jordan Love start playing backyard football. What'd you think of that 49ers game, Jay, where it's clear and obvious that Murray and them weren't going to be in the game, and the line's 3.5? Is this
I'll tell you exactly what I thought. In the beginning of the week, I had a strong lean towards the Cardinals, and Thursday morning was the first time that I was like, you know what? I kind of think San Francisco's the right side because we know even if Murray played banged up, he's nowhere near the quarterback he normally is. And if he didn't play, it was a bonus. Then Hopkins, they figured was if he was going to play, he wasn't going to be anywhere near 100%. And San Francisco historically, since Shanahan has been there, has been pretty good against Arizona. And I felt that San Fran was the right side, but by the time I came to that conclusion, the number got away from me, and I wasn't able to bet it. But I lean San Fran.
Yeah, I think you could kind of tell by the way the line was moving, like so suspiciously,
right?
That, like something's wrong. Like, how in the world is San Francisco a full field goal favorite against the Cardinals?
Right.
But then it started to, then obviously it started making sense after.
I came to the conclusion when San Fran.
God damn it. Is that Kelsey? Fuck. Jay, literally right before the game, I was like, you know what? It's minus 105. I bet him like 3 times to score this year, and he's fucked me every time. God damn it. That's the lowest price we'll probably ever see for Kelsey to score, minus 105. That's pain.
We'll take the Chiefs touchdown, though. So, like you were saying, right, when the line was like kind of suspicious, I came around to San Fran finally when they were -1.5. But at that point, when they were -1.5, the line had already moved like 2.5 points. So I felt like it had already gotten away from me. And then San Fran closed what, like 2.5, 3?
San Fran was 3 before the news came out. Once the news became official, they moved to 3.5. They might have closed even deeper than that, to be honest.
Yeah. Yeah, that feels like the right
side. Let me see what they closed at. Yeah, they closed at 5.5.
I got it. 4.5.
Holy Christ.
Yeah, Jay, they closed 5.5. Some places they closed 6.
What was the 5.5 price?
In retrospect, 1.5, maybe it didn't get away from me. I don't know. But
I think so. It was interesting because I saw the news popped, and then I saw 3, and I'm like, you know what? I know I'll get good CLV because I know it'll move, but like, God, the idea of laying a field goal with this team against Arizona. I know it's not Kyler. I know it's not Hopkins, but Hopkins hasn't been himself anyway all year. It just seemed like a fat number, regardless.
Yeah.
All right, I'm gonna. I got to pick up some food, Jay. I will be right. I'll probably be right back. Start of the third quarter. Some of these games.
All right, bud.
All right. See you guys.
We'll be here.
Was it 25 laps for Truex to kick in?
Yeah, about 27. T, you see any live player props you like for these 3 games?
No, not right now.
Let's go, Eric Amarola. Have a day, buddy. Have a day.
If Kansas City drops this game to Jordan Love, shame on them.
Jay, I mean, if Arizona gets a field goal here, man, you might be able to get that number you had originally.
Yeah, you're right.
Definitely if they get a touchdown.
Fucking Elliott Coop. I'm not sure Elliott has even been the second best driver at Hendrick this year. I think Willie B's been the second best driver at Hendrick this year.
I mean, it's like last year. I mean, he wasn't great all year last year. And I mean, it's just the opposite of what you said for Kyle Larson. He does really well at this track.
Yeah.
I mean, he puts himself in a solid all year long, puts himself in a solid spot and gets here and, does well.
Is it going to be a different track every year now? Because I know that we had that 5-year span where the last race was always Homestead, Miami. But now this year it's at Phoenix. Is it going to be a different track every year now, you think?
No, they're locked into Phoenix. But in the press conference on Friday, they said that they would be open to looking at other options.
It's just unbelievable that you could dominate the way that Harvick did last year, Larson did this year, and it just comes down to how well you run on one track. Like, that doesn't make sense to me. They need a different system.
Well, I mean, in a sense, I mean, to get there, you got to be good on all the tracks. But I see what you're saying about, the last track, definitely.
Yeah, because like under no circumstances should Kevin Harvick had not won that championship last year. Same thing for Larson this year. Like it just doesn't make sense.
If they continue to do what they're doing, there's always going to be one driver or two drivers that do well on any particular track that they choose.
Yeah. I kind of feel like it should be, you know what I feel, Coop? And I know that they do it for the drama, right? Because Larson was up going into this race. He was up like 34 points during the playoffs going into this race. I understand they do it for the drama, but I kind of feel like it should be you set all 16 drivers at 0 when the playoffs start. And whoever leads in points at the end of the year after the race, that should be your winner.
Yeah.
And if that was the case, Harvick would have won last year, would win this year. But I know they do it for the drama. I get it.
I mean, no matter what system you come up with, it's going to be hard to make it great, without somebody having an advantage. Like if they would have used the old system that they had, like Larson would have won the championship, 8 races ago.
Right. Yeah.
I mean, it's just a tough situation.
All right, I found a live player probably you can put at the bottom.
Marty's coming. Marty's coming.
That's what I want to fucking hear, Tyler Hicks.
Austin Eckler over 29.5 receiving yards.
What is it?
Eckler over 29.5 receiving yards.
At what price?
What's he at right now?
Minus 110. He's still at 0. But the only guy that's caught a ball on that team is, Jared Cook caught 2, Keenan Allen caught 4, and the backup tight end has 2. Mike Williams doesn't have a catch yet. Eckler's covered that in every game this year except for 1. You got to think he's going to spread the ball out here eventually.
Marty's coming, baby. Marty's coming. By the time the commercial break comes back, we might have ourselves a new leader.
I think I spelled his name right, Tyler.
Ekeler.
You could tell me if I didn't.
Yeah, you did.
All right.
Marty, go, baby. Marty, go. So 40 laps is the number.
Yeah, but you know what? It's hard to go fucking 40 laps without a caution.
Oh, man, this isn't the truck series.
Listen, I got 1,000 on him at 8-1. So
touchdown Cardinals.
I'm with you. Touchdown Cards. You love to see it. Let's go. Is Philly moving the ball right now against this team?
They just punched it in.
They just scored.
Tie game. Packers got 2nd and 7 in the red zone. I mean, if the Chiefs lose this game, just put a bullet in your fucking head.
Could always count on Jordan Howard for them 1-yard plunges.
Has Love even attempted to run the ball yet?
No.
Not yet.
He's 2 for 4 for 25 yards.
And one of them was like a dead duck to A.J. Dillon. He had to pick up off the ground.
Let's go, Marty. I'll take the fucking 9K. You know what, though, Coop? It's such an uneasy feeling needing 35 laps to get your car going.
Well, Mason Crosby's back from the Cincinnati game. He shanked it, Jay. 7-0 still.
Did you see the Jacksonville kicker today missed 3 field goals on 1 possession?
Yeah, I mean.
7-0 still? Really?
Yeah, he missed the field goal.
Oh, let's go, Tyler. Fuck right. I think it's pretty safe to say that if we have a caution with 50 laps to go, and that's the last caution in the race, Truex is your winner.
Yeah, as long as he's not like in 8th, 9th, 10th place.
Right. Yeah, right.
He's in the top 4 or 5.
But if we get a caution with 10 laps to go and Elliott and Truex are on the front row, I think Elliott's your winner.
Could be.
I could really use that 9K right now, Coop. I'm not going to lie to you. I'm down 15K the last 13 days.
Let's go, Amarola. Let's go.
East Woodmore said I had to put a J size bet on my Ravens just to get my chips back from the Bengals. East, I laid when they had 1st and 10 from the 35 going in, I laid 8K to pick up 2,000 on the Bengals. So I'm right there with you, my friend. I'll tell you another thing I don't like, Coop. I think the last race of the year should be a 500-mile race.
Yeah.
Why is it only 312?
Who knows, man?
Tyler, the Chargers suck.
I don't know. I just think a lot of teams are just mediocre this year. Nobody stands out.
They are so mediocre.
Everyone's going to say the Bills stand out, but not even just after what we've seen today. Like, just like JJ was saying, they haven't really beat anybody. Like, Baltimore sneaks out of games. The Chargers can't stop the run. Cleveland's got 9,000 guys on the injury report.
You know what, though?
Got a statue of a quarterback. Like, you just can't find anything in the AFC that's, like, good.
Chargers have no excuse this year, though, because their defense is pretty healthy this year. So they have no excuse. Like, they should be, if you're a legit team, you should beat the Eagles by 2 touchdowns, maybe even more.
I think there's like 3 teams on the NFC side. Like, if you put them in the AFC this year, that they would walk right through the playoffs into the Super Bowl.
Yeah, I mean, like, I think
Green Bay walks right through every AFC team. So do I think Tampa, and the Rams probably do it too.
I have the top 6 teams in my power ratings, Tyler. Only one team is from the AFC. One team in the top 6.
And they're probably going to fall out right now.
and that's Buffalo. I mean, how do you lose the game to Jacksonville?
They were minus 1,000 on the money line and lost the game. What were you getting ready to say, Coop?
I was going to say we got to keep watching these Cardinals 49ers, man. You can get the 49ers at plus money now. I mean, plus points.
Yeah, I'm watching it. I got my eye on it.
See what the Cardinals do. They got the ball, though.
Coop, look at these slow pit stops. 14-2, 14-5. What kind of pit stop is that?
Maybe they're just
that's a terrible. If you're running a 14-5 pit stop, that is awful, bro.
Yeah, but it could be maybe the being extra cautious because of the last race, and you don't want to mess up. Elliott beat him by 2 seconds, though.
I mean, anything under 12.5 is a great pit stop.
Yeah, Larson did too. What was the caution for? You didn't tell me.
Honestly, I don't even know. I'm trying to watch three games and this race at one time. Kansas City's got Tyler. Kansas City's got 4th and 1 at their own 39. You think they go for it here, or you think
I think they're dumb enough to go for it.
Nolan and Adams said Quinn Huff wrecked. What a way to go out for Quinn in his last race.
Quinn Huff. You might as well put Coop behind the wheel. Tyler could drive better than Quinn Huff.
Sunday night game, Gary, is the Titans and Rams.
Literally both games just tried for it on 4th down. Neither got it.
They didn't get it?
Green Bay stuffed them, and Philly just stuffed the Chargers.
Oh, my God. Watch this Chiefs-Rams teaser be a fucking sweat, bro.
One team runs a fucking pitch play on 4th and 2. The other team runs like a play action, like dump off to the outside. Like, just run the ball up the gut. You need 1 yard.
I could see it already. This Chiefs-Rams teaser is going to be the sweat of all sweats.
Nah, positivity, man. Positivity.
You want another fun play to put at the bottom, Jay?
Coop, have you watched the show the last 2 weeks and what me and Tyler have gone through? The positivity has run out, my friend.
Bring it back today.
Jay, I got another one you could put on the bottom.
What do you got, T?
Jordan Howard to score a second touchdown plus 500.
Ooh. What's that on?
DK.
Jordan Howard, second DD, plus 500. All right.
Gavin asked if anybody has confirmed Cheese's location.
Cheese killed himself after that wings contest. He killed himself.
He said he killed himself. So he didn't even see the game. Oh, if he didn't kill himself after the wing contest, Jay, after a football game at 1, I think he's gone.
Moment of silence for our guy Cheese.
Gavin's in the chat. R.I.P. Cheese.
Yeah, I got to send a message to Cheese to make sure he paid Joey for the wings contest.
Wouldn't that be something, man? You spot him early money, and then he doesn't pay Joey.
I'm not going to be sad if Kevin Harvick finds a way to win this race, though, at 25 to 1. I'm not going to be sad about it.
Nope.
What a terrible restart for Truex. You can't be coming from 6th every restart. Come on, Marty.
How did AJ Dillon catch that ball? I could have swore Honey Badger was taking that the other way. I mean, that's a shame. He had it, dropped it, and it fell right in Dillon's lap. Coop, you see that?
Yeah. Man, that's a pretty car.
You still stuck on Willie B's car?
Oh, no, this is Stenhouse Honey Nut Cheerio car, man. But yeah,
I thought you were still on Willie B's car.
Yeah, yeah.
Well, Green Bay doesn't get the field goal again. I'm not sure if that was blocked or if they tried some kind of fake. I just looked up and the ball was like 10 feet up in the air.
Crosby missed another one.
All right, so Cheese So Gavin paid me out for Cheese losing, and Cheese has partially paid Joey so far. But he said he will pay him the rest.
They blocked another field goal, so that's a good thing. Keep it 7-0.
Arizona got the ball on 34. They're having again.
Would love to see the Eagles walk this right back down the field and Jordan Howard walk right into the end zone.
Yeah, I can't do anything with the Chargers, Darwin. They're so unpredictable. Arizona, 1st and goal on the 1. Jeez.
James Conner's about to have his second touchdown of the day.
Diego said, imagine partially paying out your debt. Yeah, I mean, I paid Cheese the $250 1 minute after the Bills beat the Chiefs, and he hasn't paid out Joey yet. I mean, what are we doing?
Moving into the backfield, and here comes a reverse, and then a
Come on, Kansas City, drive that ball down the field.
Now I got to figure out what's on the menu for tonight. What's on the menu over there, T?
I'm going to my mom's in a little bit. She made dinner.
That doesn't answer what's on the menu.
I'm not sure what she made. I just know she said she made dinner. I'm going to go over there and eat.
What's on the menu over there tonight, Coop?
Oh, pot roast.
Pot roast is legit.
Cardinals up 14 now.
We lost Jay. Now we got this black line right through our face.
Imagine that.
He probably just exited out of the tab by accident. I heard him over there clicking on stuff. Love to see Hurts throw it to the end zone and get a pass interference call. Let's get the Jordan Howard 1-yard plunge.
Come on, Marty. Coop, what do you think is the reason why cars just come alive 30 laps into a race? Do you think it's like the suspension?
I don't know. Not technical enough to know enough about them. I do know Marty got a much better restart this time, though.
It's just amazing that a car will be like dead for 25, 30 laps, and then it'll come alive and be the best car on the track.
Yeah, it's wild. Denny's struggling today.
Yeah. If we get any kind of long run to end this race, Marty's going to win the championship.
Thing like Larson, man, he's just hanging on to his position, man. Like if he has a bad pit stop or something that moves him back into like 15th, 20th, he's gonna have a hard time.
Oh yeah, I agree. I think right now it's going to be like who's going to win the championship, Marty or Chase Elliott. I think that's where we're at right now, which is bad for one of our futures. Although I do think that Larson could at least scrape us a profit because he seems to be better than Hamlin, right?
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Yeah, man. It's amazing how his car comes to alive 25 laps in. He's just going to start picking off everybody. Chris Buescher hit the wall.
Ugh.
That's all right. You don't want to see that with 40 laps to go, though.
A little bit of him in DFS.
Yeah, I think he's done. He might be done for the day. Adam said I can get 2x right now on Harvick. Yeah, honestly, Adam, Harvick has one of the 4 best cars right now on the track, in my opinion. So at 25-1, I think you just let that roll.
I'd let it roll for a little bit more sometime in the third stage.
Yeah, I think you got to let that roll.
Because you never know what's going to happen. If somehow these cars get into an accident and leaves him up there, he's in a great spot then. I think it's too early.
Yep.
Oh, Kyle Busch just ran right into Chase Briscoe. Maybe Briscoe slowed down a little bit. All right, let's have a pit stop this time, Marty.
Yeah. Let's have a pit stop, Marty. What do you got out? Third, exactly where it was.
Denny Hamlin's team's been putting on some fire pit stops today.
Tyler, are you here?
Yeah.
What do you think about these totals, these live totals right now in these 3 games?
Here, I'll look at them. To be honest, I wasn't even paying attention to them.
37
props more.
37 right now in the Chiefs-Packers game. I mean, considering that I don't think we're going to get a ton of points from Green Bay, I kind of lean the under there, no?
I see like the logic in it, but I don't want to bet an under with Kansas City's defense on the field.
Yeah, it's hard to argue that, so I'm not going to try. What do you think about this? So the Eagles have 4th and goal on the 6. They kick the field goal. 10-7 Eagles.
I'd lean over. Both teams are moving the ball pretty easily.
That's basically the half right there. 10-7 at the break. The live over is what, T? Like 44 and a half?
41.
Oh, it just went down. But still, let's think about that. What is that? 17 and 20 is 37. That's 24. Second half team total, not team total. Second half total 24. You lean over? You think they go over 24?
Yeah, I think they go over that.
I'll tell you one thing I do like, Jay, is that this race historically doesn't have a lot of cautions, and we've seen quite a few already. So we might get that long run at the end.
I hope you're right, buddy, because I put 1,000 on Truex. So
I'm gonna get ready to get out of here though. We'll go over my mom's to eat.
Are you gonna leave me right now, bro?
I'm sure I'm fucking hungry, Jay. I can't stay in this chair all day.
I mean, you've been in that chair every day for 9 weeks. What are you talking about?
Yeah, and I get up and leave at like 4 or 5 o'clock. We'll be on for tomorrow night's game.
All right, fuck you very much.
See you later. See you, Coop.
Bye.
See ya. And Sam Fan turned the ball over again. Jeez. Guy caught the ball, got up, ran, and fumbled it. Ryan asked if some dollars should be on Elliott. I mean, the number's so darn low, man. What is he, like plus 150? $200 on MGM.
Team talking about trash on their front grill. I see no trash on the front grill at all. The fuck are they talking about? Do you see trash on that grill, Coop?
Not yet. Hold on.
Yeah, like what are they talking about?
Looks pretty clean to me.
That's what I'm saying. So Jordan Love has 2 rushes for 11 yards, and we're still at the 4-minute mark in the second quarter. His live number even is like 16. He's going to go over that too. So who didn't pit? Reddick, Bush, and Bowman?
Yep.
Go ahead, Kyle. Let's go. I mean, what is Chase Elliott doing? I mean, you're looking to bump him out of the way, 155 laps to go in the race. Settle the fuck down. And Chase Elliott's strong, Coop.
Mm-hmm. The only one he's not strong on is that real long run. Man, you got to take tires, man, when you can. Those cars that stayed up front, man, they just dropping like weeds. Arizona looking to score again. Jeez. Well, Larson's showing something, man. I would have thought he would have already been passed.
Yeah. If his car is only going to continue to get better as the race goes on, that's bad news for anybody else. Chase is right there, though.
Yeah. Come on, Kansas City. Let's do something now. This is bad because this time they kind of these two cars kind of separated themselves from Truex and anybody else.
Truex car just started to come on though. He's coming. He's cutting fractions now every lap. It just takes him a while to get going.
25, 30 laps. Up to 40.
I mean, look at him tick the fractions off. He's starting. He was 2.7 seconds back 2 laps ago. And now he's like 2.2. .1.
I don't think there's much value on Larson at 180. I mean, I wouldn't bet him. You know, I make more money off of my future bets today than, that.
Right, yeah. We got him at 5.5 to 1 to win it all and 2.5 to 1 to finish in the top 3. So I agree. I don't think there's any value. Chase is faster, though. No doubt. He's fastest car on the track right now.
Did the Chiefs score?
What's up, boys?
What's up?
What's up, Jay?
Just finished eating. Wow. I look at the Cardinals game, and it was kind of like I said, where it's like, yeah, happy to get the CLV, but it's tough to trust San Francisco as a 3-point favorite against really anybody these days, I guess. Would love the Chiefs to squeak this in the end zone. That looked like an incomplete pass. They're calling this a fumble? I mean, you want to talk about the Chiefs getting shafted. The refs fuck up that play, get the wrong call. Yeah, how is that a catch? I mean, like the refs screw them over a touchdown because they get the call wrong on the field originally. And this, which is an obvious incomplete pass, they call a fumble on the field. Back-to-back refs wrong. You hate to see it.
Nolan Amarola had a bad pit stop and fell back, way back. He's climbed back up to 14th. He'll be fine.
All right, Jane. Now that you're back, I'll be back in 2 minutes, bud.
Yeah, no rush. What year was this? This was 2019. Look at this. The Chiefs now have a decision to make on 4th and 1 because the refs blew a call for them. You just hate to see it. And knowing Andy Reid, he probably goes for this. And if they don't get this, that is such a kick in the nuts for the Chiefs. Truth be told, because Green Bay hasn't really moved the ball that well with any consistency, I think you kick the field goal if you're Andy Reid here. I know it's only 1 yard, but Green Bay's got to prove they can score. And you'd hate to leave these points on the board considering it should have been a touchdown. Oh, they got the field goal anyway, so fine. At least they didn't get 0 points out of that. Should have been 7, but it's fine. Ooh, how's the race going for you? Oh, I just realized. I didn't have StreamYard on. I didn't realize I was alone, so you hate to see it. How's everybody doing? Yeah, I'm interested if Green Bay scores at all in this half, because I think Kansas City's team total under is going to be a pretty decent spot in the second half. It acts as a semi-hedge. I'll wait till halftime. And what do we make of the San Francisco game? I mean, look, credit to the Cardinals, but Jesus, it's kind of wild. Move these.
All right. I'm back. You see anything you like, Jay?
I was thinking about pending how if Green Bay scores, they don't. I guess it doesn't really matter, but I'm actually debating on taking KC's team total under.
Which is what?
I figure it's got to be about 26.5-ish. I'm interested to see what happens in this drive because Love's, could throw a pick six or do something silly. So I'll just let this list play out for now. But at halftime, I do want to evaluate it. I mean, Green Bay's offense has been lifeless. They've ran the ball at least somewhat decent. But I do believe if KC gets a lead, they'll allow Green Bay to dink and dunk them.
You love to see
look at that throw by Love. Jesus.
You love to see two rushes for 11 yards so far by Love. You got to think he's going to run some more in the second half, right?
We'd assume, yeah. I think, and I was mentioning this before when we stepped away, there's no reason this game should be 14-0 Chiefs. I guess I don't understand that aspect of the rule, because you had a clear recovery, a clear walk-in touchdown, and yet they spot the ball, where it touched the guy, and the refs get the play wrong, and because of the Chiefs don't get a touchdown.
Right.
The Chiefs didn't. They only got a field goal out of it.
They were lucky they got that coup because it was 4th and 1. They could have ended up getting 0 from it. Hey, Adam, I'd argue pending your book. I mean, books do this, but I would argue 24.5 and 26.5 are practically the same number. When you're especially when you're at 10.
The only way Truex wins this, Jay, is if we don't see any more cautions.
That's a tough ass coup.
Hey, what? Love's got a rifle, though. Dude just zipping it in there. Oh, yeah, he grabbed another one, Jay. 3 carries for 16. I feel pretty comfortable now with the over 8.5 as a winner.
Oh, yeah. And I don't think he's anywhere near done, if we're being honest.
No, he's shown that he wants to run. I'm interested to see if the books are going to leave his number open, the rushing prop live. Because even if they adjusted a little bit towards the opener, you'd still be looking at a second half where they don't think he's going to run for more than 7 yards. More.
Yeah, he's 21.5 right now, Jay. and he's going to go over that.
That's 6 yards.
Yeah, he's going to go over that.
Wow, and they'll let you bet it. That's pretty crazy.
Yeah,
I'll happily concede. I'll go another half U on that.
Yeah, I'm with you.
It just seems that every time
the number you got at 8.5, I didn't bet it, but I got the 11.5 when I saw it, when you told me that you were on it, even though it's been on the fucking sheet for days probably, but I didn't see it. So I got the 11.5, but I think he's going to go over that live number too.
He's showing a knack to run. And Jay, if the Chiefs, if Green Bay doesn't score here, which I guess they'll kick a field goal, so it'll be a missile in the wind. I mean, was that 4th down? I think the only way he doesn't get there, Jay, is if he gets hurt. To me, the pocket's breaking down. He's out.
Yeah.
Speaking of that, I wanted your thoughts on something, Jay. For tonight's game, I actually really like the Titans team total over 22.5.
The Titans team total over 22.5. All right, talk to me. Why?
So, I think so. First of all, I need to confirm. Julio playing tonight? He out?
I believe so. Yeah.
If Julio's in, I think all they do is just change up the offense, and I don't think they have to do anything major either. I think the offensive line is still above average. You obviously have enough deep threats where it's not like they can just like load the box and cross their fingers. Rams defense is really good, but it's been shown to be susceptible this year. If we argue that we know the Rams, but if we argue that it's very likely the Rams score 23 themselves, I just think it's super live. Now, maybe we can make a better play and say that both teams score 20.
Yeah, I feel good about that. I know that Tennessee's defense this year has been much better than it was last year, especially on 3rd down. They've been very good. But how do they keep the Rams from scoring 20 tonight? That's a tough ask.
Yeah, that's minus 150 for both teams to score 20. So I'm not in love with that. But I don't mind the idea of the Titans getting 23. Because, first of all, the guy that they're going to put in there, the Boise State kid, what the fuck's his name?
McKinnon? McSomething?
McNichols, yeah.
McNichols.
So he's good. Like, it's not like he's bad by any means. Granted, he's of course a downgrade from Henry. But the next question I have for you, Jay, is Derrick Henry worth?
He's worth a full point to the line, 1 point.
But is he worth 5? Because wasn't this look ahead line like 3.5?
No chance he's worth 5. No, I think, and I think you agree with me, there are probably 5 players in the league worth a full point to the line. McCaffrey, Henry, probably Aaron Donald on defense, maybe Devontae Adams. I mean, 5, no. That's egregious. No. I mean, do you have a player?
And not to interrupt you, but you see what I mean here?
Yeah.
Green Bay goes a quick 3 and not a quick 3 and out, but they do a drive where they decide they're going to go for it on 4th down for no reason. And Kansas City is going to be able to line up for a field goal here, which would have really stung me if I bet over 24.5 before this half ended.
Do you have a player right now in the National Football League worth more than a point to a line?
I think a point and a half is fair. Like I think Devontae Adams is probably worth a point and a half, probably. I do think McCaffrey's worth a point and a half. I mean, that team has looked terrible without him. He played today, but
so it used to be like a point for the premier player. So you basically moved that 1 point to a point and a half, basically.
Yeah, I mean, last year I was saying a point and a half. I think it's very rare. Like I think there's only about maybe a handful of players that are worth a point and a half, if that. I think that Aaron Donald is worth a point and a half to a line.
Yeah, the only difference between me and you is I have it at a point, you have it at a point and a half, which is fair. But you're saying the line moved 5 points. That's egregious.
Well, it looks like I'm a bit too bullish here. It looks like it moved 3.5. So is Derrick Henry worth 3.5 points to the line? Because if he's not, Jay,
no,
then you're getting a severely correlated line in favor of the Titans team total.
I think would you agree with me that the only time that even if we say we give 5 or 6 premier players worth a point and a half, I was just going to say the only time you're going to see downgrades of 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 is when a quarterback's not starting as opposed to the backup, right? That's the only time.
Yeah, and to be clear, we're talking non-quarterbacks here.
Right.
Quarterback's a whole different animal. Okay.
Right.
Aaron Rodgers is worth well more than 7 points to a line himself.
Totally agree.
But non-quarterbacks, which is really what we're talking about, because I know that Lamar Jackson's comment about how isn't Rodgers worth more. We're going to talk about quarterbacks, non-quarterbacks.
Yep. So basically, you're talking about a non-quarterback move because Ryan Tannehill is going to start. So they're saying Derrick Henry. Well, the bookmaker and the marketplace is saying that Derrick Henry's basically worth 3.5 points to the line, and that's objectively false.
Yeah, and I think that it's not only that, Jay, because they moved the line 3.5 points, and the totals come down 2 points. So the Titans team total, which would have been about 25.5, 24.5, is actually 22.5. And I think it's a really good spot.
Yeah, I don't disagree. Because on his best day, he's not worth more than 1.5 points to the line in a football game. On his best day. So, yeah, I kind of agree. But man, oh man, Jay, like, is there a team in the National Football League right now that's due for more of a letdown than what the Titans have done the last 3 weeks? Beat the Chiefs, beat the Bills, beat their rival in the division back to back weeks. They are due to get the brakes beat off them. But I don't disagree with you though. I think that it's an overreaction for sure to Tennessee, which would mean it's probably an overreaction to their team total, which is probably why you're looking to target that. So I don't disagree with you, but they do seem like they're due for a week where they get murdered after those last 3 wins.
Yeah, and I can't disagree. I can't disagree with you by any means. I just think that the Colts handed them that way. Like I don't think it was like Tennessee's amazing play another week where they played amazing. I think the Colts just gave them that game. I mean, Carson Wentz just gave them that game.
Yeah, that's fair. I watched that game. I can't disagree.
And here's another interesting thing for you. If we talk on props for a moment. Julio Jones, they're hanging a 45.5 number for him. And I know that he's gone over this number 3 times this season, but he hasn't been healthy. even if we argue that no matter who they put in the backfield, the Titans are just not going to run the ball as many times as they normally would. I think we can agree there.
Yeah, 100%.
So they're hanging a number that would be a normal number for Julio in this offense at 45.5. And
how are they not playing from behind in this game? You're playing a juggernaut at home. How are they not playing from behind in this game?
Yeah, I just think that number is like super low, all things considered. Excuse the fact that we can do that on one play.
AJ Brown's healthy, right?
AJ Brown's healthy. Now, last week, what is this week? So Julio didn't play last week.
Right.
When he played week 7, I mean, what is going on here? When Julio, so here's where it gets interesting. So Julio's offensive snap rate has been like 40%, which is actually quite tough to stomach if you would bet his prop over. I think it's got legitimate life to go over, but that is.
I mean, you're talking about a running back that gets what, 24 carries a game on average, probably, before the other running backs get a taste. So, I mean, you would, and when you combine that with the fact that the Rams are home and Tennessee's probably playing from behind in this game, I mean, your look on Julio over, I mean, it makes a lot of sense for sure.
The problem is that if he only is going to play 40% of snaps, that means at critical times when we need him to go to do something productive, he likely won't be on the field.
So let me ask you a question. If he's only playing 40% of the snaps, is he not the number 2 option in Tennessee? Because if he is, how is he only playing 40% of the snaps?
It's a good point.
I mean, after AJ Brown, who is a freak, I get that. Isn't Julio the second option? How is he only playing 40% of the snaps?
I know he hasn't been healthy, and I guess that's the big problem, right? So, I mean, if he's healthy, I mean, here's the thing, too. Like, the Rams aren't that great. The Rams are good against the run. They're not great against the pass. And, like, I can't bet – and, like, if I'm looking for a guy to target, I can't bet let me look at some of these numbers. I can't bet Brown over 72. Like, that's not going to happen. I guess Ferkser's not a bad bet. He's just barely on the field. Actually, let me look how often he's on the field. Hold on. Where's that? Where do I have that? And then if you add in the fact, so Nolan's point, if you add in the fact that Ramsey is likely going to shout out AJ. He's not going to shout out Julio.
Yeah.
So with that in mind, you would figure Julio would get himself more targets. I wonder what the reception, because maybe I split it. Maybe you do receptions and yards instead. What are his receptions? His receptions can't be more than 3.5. Yeah, 3.5 minus 125. I think we split that. I think we go receptions and yards.
What is it, 3.5?
3.5 receptions.
And what's his game log been? How many times has he gone over 3.5?
He's gone over 3.5 one time this season. LOL.
But Derrick Henry's not in the game, which matters a lot.
Yeah, I mean, 100%. I agree. I think that I'm not saying the Titans aren't going to run the ball, because I think the Titans definitely will run the ball. And I think you kind of know they're going to run the ball because there's like no books that even have a number on a rushing prop for a running back on Tennessee.
Yeah.
Oh, you know what? I see Peterson 34.5, but they won't put up McNichols.
Yeah, I mean, everything that you said makes sense.
Jay, this is amazing.
What?
So there's 78 laps left. They ran 47 laps in this stage.
Right.
At lap 40, Martin Truex was 4.3 seconds behind. Now he's 3.3.
And Elliott came on late too. I think that if we see a late caution, Kyle Larson's your guy to win the championship. If we see a late caution. If we don't see a late caution and they actually run, then I think Elliott and Truex are your guys. You know what, Coop? I think there's 3 drivers that can win this race right now, and it all depends on cautions.
Right.
I do think that Truex is in a really bad spot.
I guess
he has to rely. Truex has to rely on a 50-lap green run for his car to get going. I think that puts him in a really bad spot.
So, like, when he pits here in a little bit, is that going to reset everything? I mean, he has a slow car again.
Yeah.
Or is he going to continue?
No, I think that's going to reset everything. And it looks like Kyle Larson's got the best short run. It looks like Chase Elliott's got the best intermediate run. And Truex has the best long run. So I think it's all going to come down to that caution. Where is the caution going to come out? With how many laps to go is what's going to decide it.
If there is one.
If there is one. Yeah. Right. But what do we got right now? 75 laps to go? Around there?
Yeah. They could run around 95 laps, I believe.
Right.
Yeah, Nolan, lap traffic probably has a little bit to do with it, but I think it's going to be like what we were just talking about. Truex has definitely the best long run car. I still think if this does not have a caution, he wins. All right, so some of the cars are starting to pit. That's going to be the other thing too, Jay. Is like, what do they all pit together, or does somebody stay out and lose time? You know how sometimes they do this boneheaded crap, man, where they just stay out.
I would think it's going to be team by team, Coop. If Hamlin or Truex go in, the other will follow. If Larson or Elliott goes in, the other will follow.
I didn't even realize DraftKings already paid me for the over 8.5 rushing yards for Love. You'd love to see that.
Yeah, that's what Nolan said in the chat. He wasn't happy about it. Do you think Jordan Love would be starting for another team? like Miami, Houston.
I mean, he might be. It's always tough to tell, like, when players end up at different spots or the wrong spots. How would they have done? I mean, think about it. How good would Mahomes have been if he ended up on the Bears instead of the Chiefs? I mean, who knows?
I mean, freaking Marty's gonna be right there, man.
Here comes Denny.
If Hamlin wins this race, I'm going to be pissed.
Here comes Denny. All right, so Truex went into the pits, Coop.
I think I like that. I like him pitting early.
Yeah, me too.
Hopefully he can shave some time.
I agree. Oh, there's a caution, Coop.
Well, that's good for him. If he made it through the pits.
No, he didn't make it through the pits. His tires were getting put on during the caution.
That's fine, man. He's good. Because pit road was open then.
No, this is bad, Coop. What are you talking about?
Why? He's done with his pit stop. The other cars are going to pit.
Isn't he going to lose a lap?
No.
I don't know, Coop. I think you're wrong.
Did he lose a lap?
I think that's devastating for Martin Truex Jr. That Anthony Alfredo just hit the wall.
He can't get take the free pass.
No, because he's probably not the first one down a lap on the lucky dog.
I mean, if he just lost a lap, he had to be one of the first to lose it.
Listen,
We'll have to see how it plays out.
I could be wrong, but historically, if you're changing tires when somebody hits the wall during a caution, that's bad news historically.
Well, I think it depends upon the size of the track too. To like what you were saying, if you lost a lap or not. Before the caution came out. You might be right.
Oh man, did James Conner just take a screen to the house? What a day Conner's having. So Conner's going to win somebody $1 million today because that's his third touchdown. That's incredible.
A lot of Twitter talk, Jay says, I think that'll work out for us, Martin Truex.
I need Marty Truex like I need my blood. Like I need blood in my veins right now, Coop. Let's go, Marty.
I'm pretty sure he's going to be good.
So now the pit road is open.
Rick, this is such a fine adjustment for Denny Hamlin that Chris Gabart is crew chief asked, do you want me to miss to the tight side or miss to the loose side? Denny just laughed. He said, oh, I need to run maybe to the loose side. What are you tired of?
Alex Gustafson had already called Chase Elliott to pit road when that caution came out. Chase says the race car is really in an okay spot when he was out leading. It got just a little snug. Four tires and
Bob Packer asked Truex should be the leader.
On the short run, but man,
All right.
we go. My tight in the center just really
12-4 for Hamlin on the stop. 13-5 for Elliott. 14+ for Larson. Wow. I'll tell you what, Coop. Denny, I think it's a Gibbs thing. It takes about 45 laps for his car to get going too.
Yeah.
So we want to see the Hendrick cars behind us right now.
That's a horrible pit stop by Larson.
Yeah, horrible.
Fuck. Look who's in fifth. Yeah, baby.
I don't know what that means. Cool.
Eric Amarola.
All right. Did you bet Amarola? What do you got him?
I got 1.25 units against him, straight up against Reddick at 105 minus. Top 10 plus 200, and to win Group B.
Go ahead, Coop.
Which he isn't winning Group B right now because of Ryan Blaney. Ryan Blaney's in second. Truex is in first. So the good thing about it, there's 48, 60 laps left. Truex is going to have to stay up there. He can't be losing like 2 to 3 seconds.
If there's any NFL live bets, Jay, that you like, that you want to put on the bottom, just let me know.
Yeah, let me look, because I know I should have bet. I just hate betting teams when they start off with the ball. What is Kansas City's total right now? So 23.5. That's actually not that much fun, to be honest.
They're not good for 10 points in the second half, Jay.
Well, that's what I mean. So, do they end this game with 24, or do they go this like conservative route and be happy to get another win here? I want to agree with you, Jay, that I think that as crazy as it sounds, I've actually slid the other way. Like, I wanted to bet them under 26.5. But now at 23.5, I actually kind of like it over.
Yeah, I think I agree. Who gets the ball? Who's got the ball?
The Chiefs already had the ball. Chiefs just had the ball.
James Small, who's Truex's crew chief, he said, we just got kissed on the dick there.
Yeah. I'll kiss him on the dick right now. Let's go, Marty.
Hopefully clean air is Marty's friend. Need clean air to be his friend.
I'll tell you what, Denny got a good restart. He got a really good restart. So did Kyle. Come on, Denny, one time for the boys.
Denny.
Chase Elliott making some quick work here, though. Getting on the outside of the 22 back there for fourth. He's going to take that position away now. Tries to figure out a way to put a position or make a position on this 12 car. As quickly as he possibly can. You talk about the short runs.
I hate to root against Chase and Denny, but I need Truex or Larson to win this race. You know that Clean Air is going to help Marty, and his car should kick on with like 20 laps to go in this race. Ha, Danny.
Why do you keep saying Denny, man?
Did I say Denny? I meant to say Marty.
You said Denny like 3 times, man. You're really confusing me.
I haven't slept in 3 days, bro.
Okay.
I meant Marty. All right, settle down over there.
Coop's just like, okay.
Like, what the hell are you rooting on Denny Hamlin?
Listen, bro.
He's the one driver we don't want to win.
I did a 12-hour show yesterday. Could you cut me a little slack? I woke up like 3 hours ago. I mean, come on, man.
I mean, if you're rooting for Denny to like hold off the Hendrick force, then that's all right.
Coop, listen, bro. I'm sleep deprived. Come on, Marty, one time for the boys. Fuck you, Chase Elliott.
Quick green out for the Packers.
Do need Larson to get up into the get up there to get that top 3.
Yeah, I agree, Coop. I'm not looking to drop those 2 units when he was the best car all year.
And we don't need another caution. No more cautions.
Come on, Marty. Drive away, big boy.
I think that's where he wants to be. He's been there all day long. Problem is that you see Denny Hamlin out there running the top. He's been doing that all day long, and we know that his car is very good in the long run. So that makes me believe that this top line may be a little bit easier on tires. You're not stressing the tires, but you don't have to turn the wheel. Everything's smoother running that top line versus running the bottom. Chase seems like he's struggling more and more with each passing lap to try to even get.
Take me home, Marty. You mutt.
Still there this time, but the dirty air is new. Could be affecting his pace just a bit. For the 19 or Christie or Richie for the 11. I'm letting them know this time. That's 10 laps. You guys are still going to get better. The 9's going to start to go away. Or I'm going to coach you up.
I'm worried about Hamlin, Coop.
Yep.
I'm not really worried about Hendrick Motor right now.
Okay, Jalen.
I'm worried about Denny though. But the good news is when Denny's car kicks on, Marty's car should kick on too, right?
Denny might be a little bit quicker at getting there before Martin, as far as it kicking in.
Well, that doesn't make me feel good at all, Coop.
Based on what I've seen.
Can't you just lie to me? Just like why do you have to be the bearer of bad news all the time? Can't you just lie to my face once?
Just telling you how I see it, man.
No, listen, I want you from now on. I decided, lie to me. I mean, Jay, like He's like the Grinch that stole Christmas. This guy. Just lie to my face one time. Come on, Marty. Diego said, kegged with a cigarette in his mouth, even take me home and be a driver is literally why I wake up in the morning. I mean, that's dedication to the cause. That's what I love to see. That's why you're my guy. That's why. Take me home, Marty. Coop, I just want to put it out there. If Martin Truex Jr. loses this race, you're no longer my friend. I just want to let you know that our relationship is going to take a hit if Martin Truex Jr. doesn't win this race.
Why is that?
Listen, I'm just a good friend lets a friend know how he feels. And I just want to let you know that if Martin Truex Jr. shits the bed right now, we probably won't talk for a month. I just want to let you know.
Oh.
Yeah, I'm sure that hurts. That's probably a gut punch. Everybody in the chat's like, poor Coop. Yeah, our relationship is going to take a hit.
What happens when he wins?
Well, then I'm going to send you a fucking edible arrangements, and you're my favorite person of the month. You're the best friend of November that I've ever had in my whole life. Come on, Marty. One time for the boys. You know what? It's time for Fred. We haven't seen Fred in a minute, Jay. It's me, you, it's Fred. It's here. One time for the boys. Come on, Freddie.
I mean, if the photo chosen of me didn't look so distorted, I think it's a great face plug.
I mean, I'll be honest. Take a look at your neck, though. It's like you're actually there. Your head's a little fuzzy, but you're there.
Yeah,
it's me, you, and it's Fred, bro.
Elliott tapped the wall, man. Maybe Larson can get in front of him.
Come on, Marty. Cad banging heaters on NASCAR Sundays. Inject that straight into my veins.
Look at this. That hurts. What a freak.
Oh, God.
That play looked dead to rights.
Coop, Marty's car hasn't even flipped the switch yet. I mean, can he just flip the switch and just drive away to the sunset?
You see what Gavin said?
No. I mean, how dare you? He said, you haven't answered a text of mine in a month, so what's the difference? Meanwhile, I literally talked UFC 268 for a week with this kid. through text. I mean, what do you want, my blood? Come on, Marty. One time for the boys. We're going to take a 2-unit loss on the spreadsheet, but I don't even care. Come on, Marty. Just take me home. Take me fucking home into the NASCAR sunset one time. Coop, imagine that we might lose both NASCAR futures with Larson after the year that he's had. Can you imagine?
Yeah, I mean,
it's a crime against humanity.
He can still get there.
Let's just call it
Look at this Eagles team. What freaks? They scored in a blink.
What's the score right now?
I'm waiting on this extra point. It is 24 in Philly.
Wow. Over City. What was the pregame total?
I think this game was like 48, 47 and a half.
Yeah, it was 49, it's right around where it was, 47, 48.
Is going to warm up. It's going to get slicker. Who will benefit from how the track is going to change down here if the sun stays out? Okay, so crew chief saw something happen. Was it with David Starr? And a caution does come out.
Caution. Caution, Coop.
So now do you come down and get tires?
I mean, I think you have to, right? I think they all come down and take tires right now.
Yeah. Oh.
Which is the radio hearing that they saw it happen. So I think you have to come to pit road. Now, if you're Truex, Hamlin, Elliott, Larson, I know we talked about Truex and Hamlin not having great short run cars, but they held the Hendrick cars off too with the short runs with the help of Team Penske, who lined up. We talk about it being a team sport. It's going to be the driver's responsibility here in a little bit. But before that, it's going to be the pit crew's opportunity to shine. Kyle Larson has that number 1 pit stall.
I can't believe Jordan Love just spun around and completed that pass.
Pressure that they feel behind the wheel. Now we're going to talk about a group of individuals.
How embarrassing of a loss is this for the Niners?
This could be the final stop of the day, should be the final stop of the day, and they all are going to be expected to perform. And I don't have all the tools that these guys have for data analytics. Did anybody gain it the 2 times? Because Kyle Larson saying, I don't know if we can beat him from the second row. We're going to take 2 times. I mean, I don't know. I don't think so. I think it's going to be 4 tires, but I think everything is kind of on board right now. Opportunity and what you do to game. Jimmy Hamlin, you see his reaction when he hears a caution is coming out. I don't know if that's excitement or disappointment. I think he thought he was in great shape and needed that thing to stay green. I agree with you. This has turned into a Hendrick Gibbs slugfest. It just has. Joe Gibbs is not here today. Has some back surgery. Number one, I want to wish him well. But number 2, can you imagine being at home watching this?
Jordan Love, 23 rushing yards. Went over that number. 21. Did you bet it at 21.5, Jay?
Oh, yeah.
Yep. That's going to cash.
I might hit it again. What's it at now?
Right now, it's at 26.5, but it's off the board. How much time's left in the game?
Oh, it's back on the board. I'm hitting it again.
Are you hitting it again?
Yeah, I just hit it.
I might have to hit it again with you.
I mean, Jay, he's not going to be taking a knee, so he ain't losing yards.
Yeah. 25.5. What's he got right now?
Oh, they moved the VIG though. It's minus 125. He's got how many rush yards does he have? He has 5 carries, 23 yards. He needs 3 yards. 3 yards.
So he's objectively hit that prop 4 times in this game at 8, 11, 16, and 21.
And now he just needs 3 yards.
Wow.
Oh, actually, I didn't realize they already paid me. They already paid me for over 21.5.
Yeah, me too.
Oh.
I like 25.5. I want to hit it again. Am I crazy?
No, I hit it with you.
Every time the pocket's breaking down, he's on the move.
Yeah, not a huge issue, a little slow on the right rear. We are at the biggest moment, right?
Oh, Jay.
Who won the pit? Who won it off pit road?
Larson.
Oh, you love to see it. You absolutely love to see it. Coop, I bet on top of the futures, Coop, that we have, I bet 25 on Larson to get back 6K.
Say what?
I bet 20. We already have the futures, right?
Right.
On top of that, I bet 2,500 to get back 6K on Larson earlier in the race. So if he wins the race, it's all gravy, baby. Who else is with him on the front row?
Hamlin. Well, it depends on how they choose, but Hamlin was out second.
Oh, come on, Billy.
Third, and Elliott fourth.
Hamlin could fuck me, and I'll lose everything. So that doesn't make me feel good. Where did Marty get out?
Third.
Come on, Marty. Your fucking shit pit stop.
All day long.
Here we go. 25 laps to go for a championship. If Kyle wins this race, if he finds a way to win this race, we'll pick up the 8 units in futures and another 3,500 on the race. So I wouldn't mind it. I'm not going to lie to you. I wouldn't mind it.
I think Denny Hamlin knows that. I think Denny Hamlin's got to push the issue here. He's got to put the 5 of Larson in a bad position, trying to run him up the racetrack to the inner turn 1. You cannot let that 5 car get ahead of you. Listen to him.
Obviously, there's a streak all day in Mexico, but they didn't have a streak the last time. The 5 was on the whole time.
You guys said it rough morning to victory lane. No mistake. Denny Hamlin can't go below the yellow line before the start-finish line on this restart. He has to stay in his line. He can't cut that corner too soon.
Come on, Kyle. Come on, Kyle. Kyle or Denny. Kyle or Denny for the win.
Denny,
I wouldn't mind.
stop saying Denny.
Oh, I mean Marty. Sorry. Kyle or Marty for the win. I wouldn't mind those 8 units on the spreadsheet, though. I'm not going to lie about it. Come on, Kyle. One time for the boys. a whole year's worth of work. You won about a billion races this year. Don't be denied. Don't be denied with 20 laps to go. Honestly, I'm okay either way. But, man, I would love those 8 units for the Run Pure Bet spreadsheet. Don't be denied, Kyle. One time for the boys. Where's Fred? Jay, I need you to root Kyle Larson in with Freddie like you never rooted Kyle Larson in. That's what I need from you right now.
Yeah, you got it. I'm in.
Come on, Freddie.
I'm not even watching the race, so just let me know what's happening.
I'll let you know, bro. You'll hear the sadness in my voice if we lose, so you're good. Come on, Kyle. Who cares? Look, technically, I guess you're a racist, but just like, listen, you're a piece of shit racist, but just get this win home for me. One time. Come on, Kyle. That'll be a nice bump to start the month in November. 8 units on the spreadsheet. Oh, Truex is right there, though. He's right there. I'll take either one of these guys, to be honest. But if Kyle wins, he will at least net us eight units on the sheet.
There you go. Push him back, Philly.
Like he was instructed. And look at the run down the front straightaway. He goes back to 2-3 car lengths of the lead.
All right, 17 to go. There's a quarter second. Wow, Truex is coming, Coop. I don't know how Truex doesn't get there, to be honest.
Imagine Tyreek Hill running backwards and backwards and backwards.
Let me know when we cash that Jordan Love prop again.
They don't have the ball. So they're going to, in order for us to cash, they need the ball.
Fair point. Fair point by you, Jay.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
Come on, Kyle. 15 laps to go, big boy.
What's the margin?
Half second. 4/10 of a second right now, Coop. 14 laps to go. I am shitting right now. I want those 8 units. They've been there since March. How many months ago was March? I gained 20 pounds since March. How many months ago was March?
It's about, 6 months ago?
I mean, come on. One time for the fucking boys, Kyle. Jay, I'm up 20 pounds since March.
By the way, Packers, barring a fumble, they will get the ball back here. Confirmed. Packers have the football.
All right. Come on, Kyle, you mutt. Come on, Kyle, you mutt. 10 laps to go. All right, Hamlin just got by Elliott. Denny's coming, but he's 1.7 seconds behind with 10 laps to go, Coop.
He ain't catching him.
What do we need, Jay? Do we need the race to stay as is? Like, what do we need?
Yeah, we need Kyle Larson is 10 laps away from our fucking future, bro.
Gavin, that East Carolina line is completely disrespectful.
Come on, Kyle. 9 laps to go, you mutt. Nobody deserves the championship more than Kyle Larson this year. It's not even debatable. He deserves the championship. Give me these 8 units, you fuck.
Yeah, don't look good to win the Group B, but should get the other 2 bets in on Amarola.
Coop, I'm going to break everything in my fucking house if there is a caution in the next 6 laps. So just so you know, everything in my house will be broken.
Don't want to do that.
Yeah, I don't think you do either.
Don't be idiots, Los Angeles. Kick this field goal. Oh, shit. Is that Aaron Jones? He is loose. Are we joking? They called a hold on that late? Wow. Chargers can't be serious with this leaving the offense on the field, right? Oh, wait, does that say 3rd and 2? Was the play blown dead? Oh, wow. Never mind.
Four laps to go.
Ooh.
Oh, that was not what you wanted to hear.
I don't know what that means. What the fuck does that mean, Coop? What does that mean, Coop?
What?
You said that's not what you wanted to hear. What does that mean?
Oh, what Jeff Burton just said on the TV.
That he blew a tire on the last lap at Pocono?
You don't want to hear that.
I mean, Coop, do you want to just kick me right in my nutsack?
I said I don't want to hear it, man.
Wow, Marty's coming though, Coop. He's coming with 2 laps to go. The car has been turned on with 2 laps to go.
They're just going to try to drop
Holy shit. Give me these 8 fucking units on the sheet. Come on, Kyle. 1 lap to go.
Go, Kyle.
Wow, Truex made up a lot of time. I'm shitting right now, Jay. Come on, Kyle. You deserve this championship. You deserve this championship, you cunt. Give me these 8 units! Kyle Larson wins the championship, boys! Get that NASCAR championship, you fuck! Let's go!
Oh, the Chargers are really going for this? Oh, this team is out of their fucking mind. How are you not kicking this field goal right now? Oh my God, they got it. That's crazy. That decision to go for it there is pretty egregious.
I'll take it.
Goddamn right you'll take it, Coop.
Good day.
Great stuff. Gavin, the only
day.
reason I'd say UConn plus 40 is because New Mexico State should be a 70-point underdog against Alabama.
Did you say 70?
Yeah.
He said that with a straight face. He said 70.
Yeah, that's a game. That's a game where,
all right,
if Bama really wanted to, they could beat them like 100-7.
So I got over a unit on Amarola with him against Reddick. Then I doubled up with the top 10, lost the group bet, and then all the Larson futures.
We put those futures on the board on March 9th. Woo!
I find it crazy they're even going to hang a line in that game. The fact that they're hanging 52 is kind of crazy to me, because they're going to get pounded with Alabama money. I mean, how is Alabama only 52 in that game?
That's a huge day, man. So you got 8 units there. How much did you get on Morrison? About 3 units in the race.
Yeah, 2,500 to get back 6K on the race, plus the futures. And I'm still down 5K the last 2 weeks, but that's a good start.
That's pain.
He's crying, isn't he?
Who knows? I don't fucking know.
He's crying.
You know what, though? Nobody else deserved to win the championship this year but him.
Yep.
If we're being fair about it.
Right.
Fair's our middle name.
What was that? What was that? His 10th win of the year?
I don't know how many, but he's won several.
So you're telling me with 9 wins, he could have lost or gotten second today and not won that?
Yes.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying.
The way it's set up. But
it's so fucked.
Like JJ, like if they would have used the old formula, like he would have won the championship like 2 months ago, and it would have been like non-drama so much. So we were talking about it earlier. There's no perfect way to do it. All right.
Yeah, we'll take it. We will take it.
Josh said March 9th is his birthday. Thanks for the gift.
You're fucking welcome, Josh. Love you, buddy.
Did he blow out his tire? He blew it out.
Oh my God! Oh, I thought the Chargers were going to blow out Teasers there because the Eagles were lateraling it backwards.
Did Jordan Love go over that number again yet?
No, I will let you know once it happens. Well, if it happens. Packers are driving though, which is interesting.
All right, that's a nice 7-unit bump.
I told you at the beginning of the day, man, like the biggest factor for Larson was having that number 1 pit stall, man. It was huge advantage for him.
Ron Pure Bet's team up 4 units in November so far, without the rest of our plays tonight. Let's go.
Oh wow, yeah, I haven't graded any of my plays yet today.
Yeah, so we'll be up nice going after 1 week in November. We crushed September and October.
Did Jordan Love get to 26 yet?
I just asked that like 1 minute ago, Coop. Welcome to the program.
Really? I'm watching the race, man.
No, I mean JJ got us over 8.5. He went over 11.5. Then we live bet him 16.5. He went over that. Went over the 21.5. And now we're trying to get over 25.5.
How many is this like? Would this be the most that you've ever done that before? Like keep betting and betting and betting.
We
did that with Kittle. Was it last year or the year before where they kept making his live receptions prop? Like the Niners didn't have anybody to throw the football to. And they kept making Kittle's reception prop like go up. It was like the third quarter or halftime, and like he needed like 2 catches from that point. And we just kept hammering it over all night. It was like over 7.5 live, over 8.5 live, 9.5, 10.5. It just didn't matter. Right. I think he ended with like 16 catches. I forgot what game it was, but it's pretty crazy.
Adam said, "What a NASCAR season!" Yeah, Coop and I just absolutely destroyed NASCAR for 12 months. That's a first down. Oh, maybe that's not a first down in Green Bay. Oh, they gave it to him. Okay.
Jay, where do you put this San Francisco defensive performance on the list of woeful? Imagine giving up 31 points to Arizona without Murray and Hopkins.
They're really bad. Let me ask you a question. If you were going to rank the NFC West preseason, right? I would have said Rams 1, Cardinals. I'm sorry, not Cardinals. Rams 1, Seattle 2, Cardinals, San Fran 3, Cardinals 4. And Tyler was really high on San Fran preseason. He thought they would win the NFC West. I thought the pick was the Rams with Stafford. But I probably would have still had the Cardinals 4th in the NFC West. How would you have ranked the NFC West, Jay, preseason?
So preseason. Oh, look at that catch by Kittle. I mean, there's another game actually because they keep throwing it to Kittle. We could have just pounded that all game long. Best division in football for me coming into the year. I likely would have had the 49ers in last. Not because I think they're a bad team. It just that conference is so loaded. I would have had the Seahawks the 3rd best. It would have been a toss-up for me, Rams, Cards in first, because I don't trust the Cardinals enough for an entire season with how much they rely on Kyler Murray's health. And he broke down last year in the middle of the year. I also think Cliff Kingsbury, for whatever reason, fizzles in the middle/end of every season.
You would have had the Rams 1, though, right?
I mean, I guess likely. I don't, if I really liked the Rams last year, which I did, Stafford was an upgrade. It would have seemed obvious to put them at the top of that division.
Well, yeah, that's exactly where I was at. Yeah.
So Brian said, what's the NASCAR unit count for the season? Like Keg just keeps saying like 130, 140, but
we were
that number.
No, it's not. No, it's not.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah, it is. Bro, I'm the one that keeps the unit count. What the fuck are you talking about? No, it's not. it's not, Coop. No, it's not. Now I'm just talking about cup races, though.
Right. I'm not.
Yeah, I'm just talking about like when Coop was on vacation, we hit that 15-1 truck race. We hit a couple 12-1 Xfinity races. Coop had a few truck winners this year.
Oh yeah.
He had a few Xfinity winners this year. But I'm just talking about the Cup Series alone. We were around 130 units going in to the last week. And that probably put us at around 140 for the NASCAR Cup Series this year. But that's not counting any truck winner or loser that Coop and I gave out, and any Xfinity race winner or loser that we gave out. Just the Cup Series, we made about 140 units.
Run the read option here, Green Bay. Keep it, love.
I feel comfortable saying it's closer to 200 units, Jay, if you add in all three series.
Yeah, I mean, you're probably right, Coop. But I'm just counting the Cup Series. I think we probably got by 140 units today. Which is stupid. I mean, that's an incredible season. 140 units in the Cup Series this year. But I am concerned that the last 4 weeks, the bookies have really tightened the noose around our necks, trying to win money.
You can say that, but in the last 2 months, man, I think we did a really good job in the Xfinity and the trucks. You're right. By far.
Yeah, I agree with that. Definitely. The more predictable series, though, because of the quality of driver, is always going to be the Cup Series. And they have really limited the odds on what you and I can win the last 4 weeks of the year. Is there a waterfall in somebody's house that I don't know about? I mean, what can that sound be? That's got to be a waterfall in somebody's house. All right, so Coop's got a waterfall going on, Jack. He's going to bathe in champagne tonight in a champagne waterfall because there's just water running that, I mean, it sounds like he's in Fiji right now.
I'm just saying, in this new brand of pussy football, that is a roughing the passer penalty on the Chiefs.
So are you in agreement with me tonight, Jay, that do you think we got the second half of this Kansas City teaser home? Well, do you think that, more importantly, do you think the Rams cover this number, or the full game number, or do you think the Titans could sneak inside that?
I probably prefer the Titans at 7.5. But that has more to do with, I don't think Henry's worth 3.5.
You think they lose the game, though?
They likely do. It's hard to imagine they would win today. They could. I mean, I think if the Rams offense shows up, it's hard to imagine Tennessee keeps pace.
If Derrick Henry was healthy.
Oh, that throw was terrible by Love.
If Derrick Henry was healthy, would the Titans have been the second best team to you in the AFC behind the Bills going into this week?
I look at that team as so different. Like I don't view them as like a top team in the A. Like, I mean,
your only other option is what? Baltimore, maybe.
Yeah, I think the Titans' upside is just low. Like I mean, I say that because they really rely on playing from ahead, and when they don't, their offense gets a little weird. And defensively, they've been a real liability the last few years. But yeah, I guess all things, they would have been the second best team. But to me, it wouldn't have meant much because I wouldn't have, thought they would make the Super Bowl. I just think at this time of year, yeah, they're probably the second best team if Henry's still healthy.
All right, guys, I'm getting out of here. My Mississippi pot roast is getting ready.
All right, well, Coop, what's on the menu tonight, bro?
I told you that 3 hours ago, man.
Well, 3 hours is a long time, Coop.
Yeah, pot roast, man.
Oh, pot roast, right. You got the mashed potatoes going tonight, or what?
Yeah, with some horseradish.
No, all right. You know what? That's a 30-second timeout.
Coop,
thanks, Coop, for joining the program. Jay, what's on the menu tonight, Jay?
I already ate rigatoni vodka.
Now that's a meal. That's a meal. But I gotta take points away for I've already eaten. Like, I understand that when me and you were kids, Sunday dinner in an Italian household was like 3:30 in the afternoon. But like, I mean, how could you have already eaten for the day? How is that possible?
Yeah, so I ate at 6:15 dinner.
Yeah, 6:15, not bad. Bro, from the age of like 8 years old till I was about 21, there would be 15 people in my house for Sunday dinner. And but the downside was it was always 3:00 in the afternoon. Why Italian people eat Sunday dinner at 3:00 in the afternoon, I'll never know. But it was always 3:00 in the afternoon.
Yeah, I mean, I think that's kind of normal, right?
The Green Bay Packers turned the ball over 3 times week 1 against the
I think, Jay, I tell you what, with the way Arizona game's blowing out, and if KC moves the ball for even a few minutes, I think we could probably wrap this up. These games are over.
Yeah.
Not to put the eyes on our Chiefs here, but, I mean, Green Bay hasn't moved the ball all game.
So I have the second half of our teaser rolling into tonight. Were there any player props or anything that you liked to put on the sheet for tonight?
Yeah, I already filled up the sheet. I wrote the I wrote an article for tonight as well. So we got plays up for tonight.
Sweet. Run Pure Bet subscribers. If you're not a Run Pure Bet subscriber, you could join the website for $15 a week or $60 a month. It's the best sports betting value in the industry, in my opinion, not just because I work here. Or if you guys like tailing people that are incredible at DFS, you could sign up for the DFS side, which is literally the best team probably in the world. And it'll cost you $80 a month, and you can use promo code GETBETS, and you'll get the first month free on the bet side if you sign up for the DFS side at Run Pure Sports.
Tell you what, Jay, this has probably been one of my best NFL seasons in a long time. If only I could get college to shape up properly, this would have been a massive.
I'll tell you what, bro. I was talking about you either last week or the week before on that show that I do with Holden and Mangone. You've been killing it on the NFL side for sure.
Yeah, and it's been a lot of primetime games, which it's always nice to hit those, of course, for obvious reasons. But yeah, NFL season and another sweep today, assuming the Chiefs just win this game. It'll be a sweep of the board for me today. So it's just been a solid. You know, it sucks to drop out of Survivors today, definitely. But regardless, it's been a fun season, and I was able to hedge backwards with Jacksonville, pick up some decent change there, but still would prefer to be in my survivors.
Yeah, for sure. And with the exception of last week, Tyler has crushed NFL player props all year. And I went into this week in the NFL at 39 and 18 overall.
Wow.
So I'll drop the Bengals that I bet on today officially. That'll be a loss. But hopefully we can get the teaser home and I'll end up going 1-1. But for the three people that actually bet on the NFL at this company, you, Tyler, and myself, it's been solid so far this year.
Yeah, NFL's been incredible. I'd be hard pressed to believe, any other group or a group of people who've had a better ROI in NFL. It's been a really good season though. That's far. Knock on wood, of course, because that can always change in a heartbeat. But I feel like we've grinded well and we've really seen the boards well in the NFL.
Yeah, and not to mention the fact that our new year started on August 1st, and through August to September, September to October, November, 3 months, we're up 50 units currently on the Run Pure Bets website, and every single play that the five of us make are fully tracked. We had 3,100 plays between 6 people tracked last year. We ended up picking 77.5 units up. This year, fully tracked, we have about 720 plays through the first 3 months, and we're up 50 units. So, see, when people are charging you $3,000 for an NFL season, it seems like a no-brainer to sign up at Run Pure Bets for $60 a month.
We get our boy to just sneak away for a bit. Jay?
I mean, I wouldn't mind. I'm not going to lie to you. I wouldn't mind it.
We're not asking him to run the Boston Marathon. I mean, just 3 more yards, bud.
I would have never looked at that rushing prop either, had if not for you betting that initial bet. But it's already hit 4 times this game. Like I wouldn't mind him running for another 3. I'm not against it.
What do you think? If the Packers stall out this drive, what do you think? Drop off from Rodgers to Love is 8 touchdowns, Jay?
I'll tell you where I had it, Jay. But whoever the backup was before Jordan Love, right? My downgrade from Rodgers to that backup was 9.5 points. I don't know what you would make Rodgers to Love. I don't know. Do you think that they're going to let him play, Jay, even though he refuses to take the vaccine? Do you think we're going to see Rodgers?
Over in Buffalo, Jay, is Team MAGA. I mean, you got Josh Allen that's not vaxxed. Cole Beasley's not vaxxed. There's other people on that team that aren't vaxxed.
So they're okay with not being vaxxed, but if you have COVID, you have to sit out?
You have different rules. You have different rules to abide by if you were vaccinated or aren't vaccinated as it relates to when you can return if you had COVID.
Okay.
Imagine Green Bay running the football. LOL.
I mean, if they do manage a way to get in here, though, they'll only be down 6 with 5 minutes left in the game, probably against Patrick Mahomes. What do you think about the Chiefs?
Well, maybe he did. Maybe he did, Adam. I really stopped following it. I just knew a while back he was fighting against it. You might be right. What was that, Jeff?
What? Now, we know how good Patrick Mahomes is. I don't really think that's up for debate, right? But they've clearly struggled this year. Do you think the Kansas City Chiefs make the playoff? Right now?
That's a tough question because, because I think they win their division. because the Chargers likely stumble over themselves again at certain points in the year. And the Chiefs' schedule does kind of open up a bit. So yeah, I think, I mean, this was a big help in their favor to get this win without, to play this game without Rodgers. But yeah, I think they've, I think the Chiefs still make the playoffs.
Do you view them as a threat right now to win the AFC?
Yeah, I still think they're in the mix. I think they got to clean some things up defensively for obvious reasons, but they still need all the wins they can get because they're on pace for 12 wins, even if they only lost 2 games from here. So yeah, I think they can be. I think they definitely have to clean some things up defensively. And this Green Bay drive is slow. That throw was interesting.
That brings up 4th down. Well, he's got Lazard here and nobody in the middle. If he gets the ball to Lazard, Lazard picks up the 1st down, and who knows, maybe he scores. But when you see nobody's in the middle, then find somebody who's getting to the middle.
He loves Miss Allen.
It's a lot. Taken on the field with exactly 5 minutes left. As Matt LaFleur
Well, did Green Bay just use a timeout? They can't. Not like they need those.
Down to 5. Welcome back inside the broadcast booth. Joe Buck and the Hall of Famer Troy Aikman, and we've seen some stretches here where Jordan.
Bro, I can't tell you how infuriating it is to have a kid. Like, we don't get political on this show ever because I don't really care what you are. But I got a 12-year-old kid who was at my house for the last 5 days, and he sounds absolutely awful. Unvaccinated. Took her to the Emeta Center. They gave her one of those rapid tests. It came back negative that she doesn't have COVID, but there are false positives all the time. When my mom had the stroke, Jay, they gave her a COVID test and it came back positive. But once they gave her the real test, that took a day or so to come back. It ended up that she was negative and she didn't have COVID. But I've had a kid here for the last 5 or 6 days that has sounded so bad. And I beg her mother in a school with 2,000 people to just please get her vaccinated. And she refuses to. And now I just got a text that my daughter is getting taken to the hospital because my ex-wife doesn't like the way that she sounds. And I'm like, just get her fucking vaccinated. What are we doing? It just doesn't make sense to me at all.
It's just crazy times, Jay. Crazy times. Speaking of that, Jordan Love somehow found the end zone.
Yeah, he did. Let me ask you a question: If the Chiefs lose this game, are we off the Chiefs for the remainder of the year?
The Chiefs lose this game with the lead they had in this 4th quarter. They're dead to me.
They're dead. They're dead to me too because I got them on a fucking teaser just like you do. They're dead to me too. They're double dead. How about that?
That was a good punt return. I mean, kick return. All right, Jay, after this KC drive, I'm a dip.
Yeah, no doubt.
Let's see if they can at least move the sticks a bit and not make us really sweat this for no reason.
I'm just about done too.
Yeah, I'm pretty tired. I'm actually pretty tired. I'm probably gonna be going to sleep in the next hour or so. I won't even watch. I mean, I'll watch. I guess maybe the start of the Sunday night game, but that'll be it for maybe early night.
I'll be up till 7 a.m. Dude, I've tried my hardest to get on a normal sleep schedule. I just can't do it. I will literally be up to 7 a.m. I just can't do it. But like you were probably up today at like 6:30 in the morning, right? I woke up at like 12:30.
I was up. What time was I up? 9? Yeah, right before 9. We also got the extra hour last night, Jay, asleep.
Yeah,
there you go,
like
City.
You have actual responsibilities where like people rely on you to do like professional shit, and nobody relies on me, Jay. I am the void of responsibility.
You love to hear that.
Nobody relies on me for anything. Like the only thing I have to do every day is wake up so my family doesn't think that I died. That's the only responsibility I have in life. Just wake up. That's it. It doesn't even matter. It doesn't even matter what time I wake up. Just as long as I wake up. As long as I wake up and my parents don't have to plan a funeral, my responsibilities have been filled for the day.
That is pretty funny.
Yeah. I'll tell you what, though. A lot of days of the week, I wish I was you, where people actually depended on me for stuff, because I miss that.
But you don't think the Chiefs could bang us here, do you, Jay?
I do. Yes, of course I think they could fuck us here. Yes. Have you watched their games? Yes. I definitely think that the Chiefs could fuck us here.
I still can't believe it. How good the Cardinals' offense looked today.
Yeah, I mean, who started all day? Colt McCoy, right?
Yeah, their offense looked great.
Yeah, they're pretty legit. The defense has looked good all year.
No, Christian Kirk had a good day. Connor, what a day! My God.
And you know, I think they had 6 new defensive starters this year, the Cardinals, from last year, and that defense has been pretty solid. What do the Rams have right now? 1 loss, and they're fighting to win the NFC West right now.
Rams?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, if I told you that the Rams had 1 loss in 9, you would be like, yeah, they're the front runner to win the division. You can't even say that right now with the way the Cardinals have played.
Yeah, I agree. There you go. Keep ticking the clock. Yeah, we'll lose Jordan Love. We'll lose the extra half we tried on Jordan Love, Jay. But let's just get this win, Casey.
Yeah, 100%. We still hit it 3 or 4 times during the game. So That's a net win. And I would have never even looked to that had you not mentioned it.
No, good. I'm glad you made some money off it.
2:37 left. Green Bay has one timeout. A 2-minute warning.
What do you think about the total in tonight's game, Jay? 53.
Slight lean over. It would be a much bigger lean for me if I could actually land a total over when I bet it in the 50s. But hard to imagine not points tonight.
Yeah. Did you end up betting the Titans team total over?
Yeah.
Yeah, I like it. I'm going to hit it too.
Key stat for this team that's been heavily penalized, 19 giveaways, the most in the league. Better in this one, no turnovers, leading by 6 and faced with 2nd and 7.
Julio over 344. Yeah. That all makes sense to me.
This game may look different. It might not. The way Green Bay's played on the offensive side of the defense that has had at least 2 takeaways in every game but 2 this year. So they have really feasted on the takeaways. They haven't been able to get them against this offense.
Rams total touchdowns is at 3.5, minus 135. I think they get over that. I think the problem is the juice. I'm not looking at like 135, but I think they get over that. But man, do the analytics have you know the two high profile defenses that shit the bed last year in the Titans and Buffalo, right? This year, the analytics love those 2 defenses. They love Buffalo. They love Tennessee.
It's crazy.
Yeah, I mean, 16th best defense for Tennessee and the 11th best. Oh, no, I'm sorry. No, that's wrong. The number 1 defense in Buffalo, and PFF has 14th for Tennessee. Where do they have the Rams? 8th. Rams have no excuses tonight. They should not drop this game at home tonight if Derrick Henry isn't going to play.
He'll be driving for real soon. Every new Chevy Equinox comes standard.
But parity is a motherfucker in the NFL.
Oh, yeah.
Find new roads for Lane.
Better shouldn't have to cost more. My Verizon plan started just $35. And if you're not a customer, we'll help cover the cost to switch. Just ask Wanda. She's been with
So you have a slight lean over 53?
Yeah.
Because everyone deserves better.
This is the kind of game, though, in the NFL where Tennessee shows up.
She wished there was a way to make it last longer. Say hello to your fairy godmother, Alice.
Yeah, we'll see. We'll see.
Try spring day treatment. Now part of our irresistible set collection.
Yeah, I hope we get the Rams home to get that teaser home.
Nugget high. Fill a plane at BK with 8 pieces for stuff $1.49.
Who ended up winning that Chargers game? Did the Eagles beat them or did the Chargers?
Chargers.
All right. 27-24. So they covered the 2-point spread. Fuck you, Chargers. They fucked me the last 2 weeks. All right, boys. I guess we'll get out of here.
Yeah.
For Run Pure subscribers, obviously the second half of my teaser is the Rams. We're riding that. JJ's got a few plays on the sheet for tonight, so we're riding that also. And then we're right back here tomorrow night. Me and Tyler will be on for Monday Night Football. So we will catch you guys tomorrow night. I'll be in the Discord probably all night. I'm sure a couple of the guys will also. But I'll be back on tomorrow, 8 o'clock, with Tyler for Monday Night Football. Until then, hope your action runs pure tonight, boys. Make that money. And we'll see you soon. We're out.